Let's start with من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. He who believes in Allah on the final day, let him speak good or stay silent. This reminds us of a hadith that is also reported through Abu Hurairah, also by Bukhari and Muslim, in which the Prophet ﷺ said, إن الرجل لا يتكلم بالكلمة من رضوان الله لا يلقي لها بالا يرفعه الله بها درجات وإن الله لا يتكلم بالكلمة من سخط الله لا يلقي لها بالا يهوي بها في النار. وفي رواية الترمذي 70 خريف. So this hadith is also agreed upon from Abu Hurairah. The Prophet ﷺ said, إن الرجل لا يتكلم بالكلمة. A man speaks a word من رضوان الله, that earns him the pleasure of Allah. لا يلقي لها بالا. He doesn't give much thought to it. He doesn't pay too much attention to it. يرفعه الله بها درجة. Allah will raise him by many degrees, many ranks. Allah, will raise him by many ranks. So someone may say, لا يلقي لها بالا. He does not give much thought to it. He does not pay much attention to it. Why is he being rewarded if he had no intention? Why is he being rewarded? He had no intention. He said, the Prophet ﷺ said, does not give much thought to it. لا يلقي لها بالا. Does not pay attention. Does not give much thought. Let's finish the hadith first. وإن الرجل لا يتكلم بالكلمة من سخط الله لا يلقي لها بالا يهوي بها في النار. وفي رواية الترمذي 70 خريفا. وإن الرجل, and a man may speak a word لا يتكلم بالكلمة من سخط الله, that earns him the anger of Allah, لا يلقي لها بالا, but he doesn't give much thought to it, doesn't pay attention to it. يهوي بها في النار, he falls into the fire thereby. And in the report of the Tirmidhi, there is an addition, 70 kharifan, 70 folds, 70-fold seasons. Kharif is the fold, the season. But he means here 70 years. 70 years. 70 kharifan, 70 years. So, but the question is, why is he being rewarded? Don't we know that in al-Amal bin-Niyat, these are by their intentions? ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد. He does not speak a word except that he will have 2 angels by him, Raqib, a watcher over him, Atid, a recorder, who records it. Yes, right, but once again, why is he being rewarded if he does not pay attention to what he said? If he didn't pay attention, he just said it. Because he trained himself to be good until goodness became a second nature for him. He trained himself to speak good until he speaks good as this is his second nature. He's polite and courteous. He's good, helpful, not offensive, as a second nature. And then if it becomes a second nature, Allah does not punish you by depriving you of reward. You have gotten to a point where goodness became your nature. You're speaking goodness, kindly, respectfully, properly, just because this has become your nature. So will Allah then deprive you of reward because you have gotten yourself all the way to this point where you made goodness your nature? No, He will not. Allah is more generous than to do this. Okay, so لا يلقي لها بالا. But then, at the same time, the other one is not given thought also. In الرجل لا يتكلم بالكلمة من سخط الله, a man that speaks, a word that earns him the anger of Allah, لا يلقي لها بالا, does not give much thought to it. يهوي بها في النار, he falls into the hellfire thereby. for 70 years. He keeps on falling for 70 years into the hellfire because of the word. Now, this person is not paying attention to what he said also, but that does not exempt him from the punishment. Does not exempt him from it, because what he is required to do is to stay silent. What he's required to do is to think about what he will say before he says it. Tabarani reported from Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إِنَّكَ لَا تَزَالُ سَالِمًا مَا لَمْ تَتَكَلَّمْ فَإِنْ تَكَلَّمْتَ كُتِبَتْ لَكَ أَوْ عَلَيْكَ. إِنَّكَ لَا تَزَالُ سَالِمًا. You will continue to be safe. مَا لَمْ تَتَكَلَّمْ. So long as you did not speak. فَإِنْ تَكَلَّمْتَ. Once you speak, كُتِبَتْ لَكَ. It will be recorded for you. أَوْ عَلَيْكَ. Or against you. That's it. Therefore, you are required to think of what you say. You're required to think of it before you say it. Because oftentimes we have like those little arguments between us, and then you say to your brother or sister or wife or husband, son or daughter or father or mother, I didn't really think much of it. You're wrong. You should have thought much of it. You should have thought a lot about it before you spoke. So it is a requirement that you stay silent all the time until you have verified that what you will say will be good. فَلْيَقُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. That's basically the meaning of فَلْيَقُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. That means be good or stay silent. Because the Prophet ﷺ said that there is only two types of speech, good and bad. So unless you verify that it is good, it is going to be bad. Because guess what? Even frivolous speech is bad. And it has been reported that the Prophet ﷺ said, فَإِنَّ كَثْرَةَ الْكَلَامِ تُقَسِّي الْقَلْبِ وَلَيْسَ أَبْعَدَ من رحمة الله من صاحب القلب القاسي. So speaking much causes hardness to the heart, causes the heart to become hardened. And no one is farther removed from the mercy of Allah than the one who has a hardened heart. A heart that is hardened, not soft, not tender. So in this case, this is an important exercise for us. To learn to stay silent. A beautiful exercise. Try to do it. Don't listen to this lecture and just go home and do the same thing. Go about your business the same way. This means that this item is not nafa for you. It's not beneficial. And the one who holds the end that's not beneficial, his parable in the Quran is very bad. His parable in the Quran, like a donkey carrying scriptures. So, whenever you hear any you have to act upon it. Otherwise, the parable in the Quran is very bad for those who hold knowledge which they don't act on. So we exercise silence, and we try to do this. And then, every time you want to utter a word, the Salaf, the righteous predecessors, used to say, let it go through your heart first. It has to go through your heart. That means it goes through your mind, because it would not go through your heart until it had gone through your mind. The mind is less intricate than the heart. It is more superficial. The heart is deeper than the mind. The heart is a step higher from the mind. So it goes through your mind first, you know what it means, and the balance of benefit and harm, and whether it's like a good word, offensive word, and so on and so forth. That's the mind. The heart will take care of the rest. Is this for Allah? Is this the right time? Is this the right place? Right situation? Am I saying this to the right person? At the right time? In the right place? In the right situation? For the right purpose? Which is the pleasure of Allah. All of that is really processed by the heart. Is handled by the heart. So let it go through your heart. Meaning let it go through your mind, and then through your heart, and then speak. And if we train ourselves to do this, you will be speaking much less. And then you will have much less to worry about when you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you speak much less.